Well, hi there. My name is nirvgorilla. Before I get started here, I'm going to link voice chat in case anybody wants to get on, but of course I know they won't. I'm going to show people where I stand because, I don't know, the NASA deniers are running scared as usual. It's been like 2 to 3 weeks now and not a single one has gotten voice chat. So I'm talking about the people who go to like NASA videos or space or astronomy videos and just naysay it. I've challenged them. I've linked it to my other video where I showed that they're pretty much technologically incompetent. They lack the ability to research and analyze information. So that's my contention. I mean, I think I've been proven in the last 3 weeks that that's the case because they can't even figure out voice chat. You know, I also think they really blow at figuring out what to be upset about. What they should be upset about is YouTube lying, saying that you need to pay YouTube Premium to be able to watch videos with your cell phone screen off. That's a bullshit lie. There's no technical reason why your phone can't do that. They just want your money. And it probably works for a lot of people. They think, oh, I gotta pay money to fucking play YouTube videos with the screen off to save battery. Well, here's my wallet. Fucking idiots. They don't even know what to get upset about. They get upset at NASA, but not YouTube. Fucking idiots. Anyway, I'm going to give a list here of these are what are called objective facts. Means regardless, these are true regardless of your opinion. Okay, number 1, the Earth is round. Okay. Second one, evolution is true. The moon, we went there in 1969. These are true, regardless of your dumb opinions. Ghosts don't exist. God doesn't exist. The black culture fucking blows. 9/11 was not an inside job. COVID-19 is real. The Holocaust happened. There are 2 genders. Vaccines and medicine work. Global warming is happening, cyberbullying doesn't exist, and VPNs are snake oil. All right, that's where I stand. If you disagree with any of those, you know where to find me. Voice chat. You know, more and more people have cell phones with microphones on them, but less and less people are having conversations. Since I basically got on the internet, I've been going out of my way to talk to people who don't agree with me. I think it's a good way to learn. Maybe that's why everybody's so fucking dumb, because they don't communicate anymore. You know, there's a lot of people who are on the internet who don't even know that about such thing as ad blocking. They don't even know that they can block ads. Like almost everything I see on a daily basis on the internet now just makes me slap my forehead until it no clips through it. My hand no clips through my fucking forehead. I'm just so embarrassed at the shit I see. People are just so fucking ignorant. It's as if nobody talks anymore. Somehow back in the early 2000s, everybody knew what Napster was. How did that happen? People fucking talked. They said, holy shit, you can download unlimited fucking albums, dude, right now. People went and bought computers to be able to do that. Because they were sick of having to go to the store and buy a CD or fucking wait till a song comes on the radio. They wanted to be able to download MP3s. People communicated that. Why don't they talk about that stuff anymore? Why do they say, hey, you want to watch movies? Get Netflix. No, that's not the answer. That isn't the fucking answer. How come they say, if you want to not see ads on YouTube, then pay for YouTube Premium? No, that's also not the answer, you dumbasses. Do you guys not talk anymore? Or what? Or maybe if you do talk, you're just spreading misinformation. Because everybody is getting everything fucking wrong. I just, I'm willing to teach, but, if you're not willing to get in voice chat, then fuck off. All right, so I know you're not going to say that to me in voice chat. I noticed that you're only typing that, Bucktooth. You're only typing it. I want you to say that to me in voice chat. Do you understand? I'm begging for it, and you're not doing it. Everything I said is true, and you can't deny it. I want you to come deny it, dude. But you won't do it, because you're dumb. Anyway. Voice chat's open. Holy crap, dude. You need some fucking coins. There it is. Let's go! It's the weekend now. It seems like a lot of people on the internet have to get drunk before they muster up the courage to get in voice chat. It's so fucked up. I've talked to so many fucking drunk people over the years. I've had it with these cell phones.
I've had it with this town. I never saw those shifting skies. I never saw the ground or the sunset rise. I wanna live on an abstract plane. I'm building a frame, place to put my 10-yard stare. Thinking of that paint, painted in plain air. I wanna live on an abstract plane. I need a new address. I want some new terrain. Is it north or south? I wanna live on an abstract plane.
You're a bell end nerve. Don't type it, Skype it. Drop the keyboard, get in Discord. Crickets. Crickets riding tumbleweeds.
I could sit on the roof, on top of that abstract house. See my abstract you, an abstract mouse. I wanna live on an abstract thing.
Come on, dude.
I need a new address. Tell me I'm not insane. Is it up or down? I wanna live on an abstract thing.
You got plenty of time. It's the weekend. Doesn't have to be recorded. Doesn't have to be publicly, shown. You can have a private conversation with somebody, right? I give credit to Donald Trump. At least he went to fucking North Korea and I had a conversation with dude. If they can do that, you can come talk to me. Come on, dude. You're so fucking weird. Humans are so fucking antisocial now. They're so fucking scared of other humans. Oh no, not another human. Whoa.
I took 3 days to drive down one street. The radio on, tuned to the big fleet. Invisible planes, a crack in the concrete.
It really is. It's, in all seriousness, it's really detrimental to society to not fucking communicate with each other. You guys don't even know how to behave outside. Do you know how many fucking stupid videos I see all the time? Vertical videos of people getting into heated arguments outdoors because they don't know how to settle disputes. You guys don't know how to resolve disputes because you don't know how to talk to people. You suck at it. Fucking use the internet to practice, dumbasses. Holy shit. Don't you think you can actually learn something from the internet? But you guys don't even put an effort in, dude. Fucking idiots. Humans aren't gonna fucking make it at this fucking juncture. Used to be Navajo.
Used to be Navajo. Used to be yippee, I don't know.
All right. Just stand on my throne.
Running from the weather when I got wheezy. I play some pachinko, I play pachisi. And Santa's still making it breezy in the valley of Tar that once was LA. Hey, hey. And my best friend, he's the king of karaoke. He struck up a chord and took it away. Out of the pan and into Japan. Around there, Calistan way. Hey, hey. Used to be 16 lanes. Used to be one lane. Used to be Mexican. Used to be Spaniard Nuevo. Used to be Navajo.
Oh yeah.
Used to be yippee, I don't know.
Oh yeah. That's a lot of materials. This is a fucking great song, and it has one of the best fucking solos of 1994. It really does.
The Vanishing Spies. Something I read. A couple of eyes from out of the head. And all that was said. Well, that's just how some things don't materialize. Could be they broke and swam like a bird. Fear of spooking the folk with talk of the third. Or maybe the third made a joke. Give me a blip, and I'll totally flip. Yeah, say it's nothing but sky, and I'll be a lonely guy.
Are you bitch?
The Vanishing Spies, just something I read. Now there were two eyes sent out from the head, but all that was said, well, that is just how some things do not materialize.
See that? Yeah. Objective, scientific facts. I know it stings, but it's the facts, Jack.
Give me one little flip, and I totally flip.
Do you see this little icon here? It says My Voice Chat. Click here to join me. This used to be on people's web pages back in the day. People wanted a voice chat back in the 90s and 2000s, but not everybody had microphones. Now you guys have them, and you don't want to chat anymore. You fucking weird people, dude. Look at it. They really did. They used voice chat. ICQ got voice messages. We had all sorts of voice chat programs. Everybody wanted to do it. Now they're scared. Now they're fucking terrified. Too bad. Ah, well. Hold on.
I was looking for like footage of it being emulated in AIM.
Yeah. Do you have MAME right now?
Nah, I have a real MU-50 and I wanted to see how accurate it was.
Oh, speaking of MU-50, let me enable this real quick.
End-to-end encryption is on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to enable encryption. Some people, it's one of the things I just wanted to point out, that a lot of websites don't have encryption and they don't allow uncensored communication, yet my website here that you just jumped on does. So if I weren't streaming right now and we had end-to-end encryption, the NSA couldn't even hear us talking right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. But these schizophrenic people who I'm looking for, those are the people I want to talk to. They don't understand that, and it's like everybody likes privacy, but then when it push comes to shove, they don't want privacy. It's really weird. Anyway, middies. Yeah, you own a real MU-50, huh?
Yeah. I was looking at videos of like emulated MU-50 because I wanted to see if it was any different from the real.
It is. I don't think it's perfect yet. I think it's close, but I don't think it's perfect.
I see.
Have you tried some of the MIDI files because I've linked the MIDI files in those videos?
Nah.
Well,
I was just kind of looking around.
Well, the MU-50 supports Yamaha's XG technology, I believe it's called, right?
Yeah.
And so you should play that Robert Miles one in here. It's amazing. I'm waiting for the MU-80 and the MU-100 to be emulated. I think it's the MU-100. Yeah. But
So,
is that? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna ask you, why do you think like science deniers would come to the stream? Do they like stalk you?
No. Have you heard of that NASA mission recently where they circled the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Artemis 2. Yeah. And so if you go to any Artemis 2 video and you sort the comments by new instead of top, you'll see that there's probably, if I were to guess, I'd say about 40 to 60% just naysayers. Like, they'll say shit like, yeah, this is fake, just like the original moon landing. Or, this is CGI. Or, this is AI. Just stupid, technologically inept comments, dude. And just defying it. I already know, just based on what I know about humans, that these people who are naysaying NASA and science and shit, they don't know anything. And they're incapable and incompetent at researching. Probably because mainly they're on a cell phone rather than a computer. So that makes it hard to research, right? But these guys aren't after the truth. They just want to, spread misinformation, spew bullshit, as they use the fucking electromagnetic spectrum to communicate over the internet on TCP/IP on their cell phones.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, like, ham radio people, like, I think that they had an event where, like, they picked up transmissions from Artemis.
Yeah.
And, like, that wouldn't be possible if it was fake, because radio, like, doesn't work that way.
Also, amateur fucking astronomers tracked it as well. I mean, it's what a bunch of idiots. And also, I was gonna show, if any of these guys get in voice chat, there's a screen sharing option on my website, as you might have seen. There's all these buttons down there. You can screen share and everything. I was gonna screen share and show them some software from 2001. Yes, software from 2001, where you can punch in fucking today's date or the Artemis date and fucking teleport to the moon, point back at Earth, and see that everything lines up perfectly, just as like in the video and photos they took. Everything matches perfectly, dude. But they're so dumb they can't even do that. They don't even know what Windows XP is. They don't know what software is. They're just dumb fucking retards. So
What software is it? Encarta?
No, Encarta's an encyclopedia. It doesn't have that detail like that, but this one's called Starry Night Pro 3.1.
I see.
Yeah. Starry Night Pro is actually really nice. I'm not saying it's the best astronomy software ever, but it's really cool. I mean, it actually has like 3D models and everything, but it's an early piece of software. And I did it because in April 2024, I drove down to Missouri and watched the total eclipse with my girlfriend. And that was my first total eclipse I ever seen. When I got back home, I punched in the date and time and the location we were in that old 2001 software. And what do you fucking know? There was an eclipse on the screen. It's almost as if we live in a clockwork universe.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing about these guys. I wish facts and data alone was enough to change their mind, but it isn't. Sometimes you have to pull them aside and say, what the fuck is wrong with you, retard? Why are you being such a fucking tard? You know, sometimes you have to speak condescendingly to them, or sometimes you got to get a little vituperative, or sometimes you got to get a little insulting, whatever. I wish that wasn't the case, but that's the way some humans are, dude. They need a slap in the fucking face. They need to be fucking mocked and derision at the least. At the very least, they deserve derision, and they're just not getting as much as they deserve. So I'm the only one. Like, people try to argue them in text, but it never goes anywhere. You could fucking type until you're blue in the face, and they're still probably going to fucking sit there with their schizophrenia or their head injury or whatever they have. I'm not being facetious either. I'm being serious. These guys, if you look at these like flat earthers and shit, they almost all have like dark spots under their eyes. And if you know anything about those dark spots, those are called raccoon eyes, and they're a sign of a head injury.
Well, I have some bags under my eyes too, but I think that's just because I don't sleep as much as I should.
Well, the dark spots are basically where blood pools. There's also something that happens behind the ear, and it's a way you can tell you're elderly or being abused at those homes, because it's like battle scar, I think it's called, or battle fatigue or some shit like that. It's behind the ear, the same dark spots, but it's where blood pools. Yeah, there's scientific papers on this, but.
Actually, I think it's worth mentioning that when I was a kid, my brother hit me in the head with a golf club.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't think I got injured. I got a head injury from it. Maybe I did.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends. If you're socially inept, if you're able to, I mean, obviously you're able to have a conversation. But some people aren't. You know, for like 3 years ago, I was talking to schizophrenics on YouTube. Lots of them. I mean, a lot of my videos were just to them. And I didn't know they had schizophrenia until I learned more about schizophrenia. You know,
I see.
Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I can't officially diagnose them or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But they have some sort of a mental illness, and I started to realize that mental illness, at least in the United States, seemed to be really fucking common. A lot of people are just durka, Mohammed jihad. I was so optimistic about the early internet. I thought everybody's going to get a computer, you know, learn more for free, not have to pay for fucking college anymore, or maybe, you know, at least save a little bit of money. And we have that now, and what are people doing? They're watching vertical videos on TikTok. Great.
Yeah.
Fucking great, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty young. I'm only 20, and I never used TikTok like even for a second, because I could just tell, you know, it's like just like attention grabbing, like key jangling.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk to these guys too, because I want to know what their hobbies are, if any. I don't think they have any, but I mean, I guess that goes for anybody on a cell phone on the internet these days. Like, cell phone people, I don't mean to like insult them too much, but they are a bane on the internet. I mean, it used to take effort to come here, and the internet really was made for geeks by geeks. And these cell phone people aren't geeks; they're invaders. They're the same people who used to insult geeks on the internet. Oh, what are you on the internet, computer boy, and shit like that. And now look at them; they got their face fucking shoved in their fucking cell phone all the time, with their vertical camera pictures. But they don't do anything useful for the internet. They don't share MP3s. They don't rip CDs and upload them to the internet. They don't emulate games or emulate Roland or MIDI devices, or they don't do anything useful, dude. They're useless. They just make loud noises. That's what cell phone people do. I'm so sick of them.
Right. Well, do you know about like QAnon?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's basically what you're describing, but like it's like boomers who like don't really have anything going on. Like they just like kind of talk to themselves on image boards all day, and like they just write like you know, like it's like you said, it's like schizophrenia. The thought I was coming to was, hold on, I should turn you down a little bit because I can hear my voice.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, it's all right. The thought I was coming to is like people. A lot of the time, people kind of make out like schizophrenia, like gives you like a huge like creativity boost at the expense of everything else. But I think all schizophrenia really does is it just kind of gives you like this like insane irrational like drive, and if you weren't really like creative before that, it's not gonna like suddenly make you creative or interesting or whatever.
Well, schizophrenia is really fucking insidious, dude. It's you cannot ever befriend a schizophrenic, and if you know any, I probably would stay far away from them. They're really dangerous when they're not on medication, and a lot of them are not on medication because they consider medication to be mind control, and so it's kind of like a self-serving fucking or whatever you call it, a self-serving
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
right,
Self-fulfilling
yeah,
prophecy.
yeah, and so. And so, like, I've tried to fucking communicate with these guys, but they accuse me of being an FBI agent. They accuse me of all sorts of just egregious shit that they made up from scratch. So it got really contentious between me and these people. I'm actually really proud of this. So if anybody's got a problem with it, you know where to find me. I got a couple of these guys fired from their jobs. I got a couple of wellness checks on them, too, because they were threatening people, dude. They were crossing the fucking line. They were threatening people.
I see.
So they really started to piss me off when I saw. And it's not just that they threaten people. All their little other schizophrenic buddies, because they're all like a little team and shit, they supported each other.
No, I know what you're talking about. I've definitely seen like this kind of behavior before.
And another thing is like I'm noticing a lot of these NASA deniers are religious, and I'm not saying religion is to blame necessarily, but it seems to give them a lot of false hope that they have any kind of knowledge or insight on anything. You know, they're really, because they do this thing where they talk at you and they don't talk to you, they talk at you. And there's a difference, dude. There's a difference in talking to people and then talking at them. Talking at them is sort of like when they preach to you, dude. It's really fucking annoying. And they can't like sit down and have a conversation. But that's why, I'm optimistic in humans, but I have to draw a line somewhere, I mean, my videos on YouTube, for instance, not that I'm trying to make it about me, but I try to help people. I try to provide something useful to people, And the thing about me is I'm not like other people. I'm not like other YouTubers who all say, oh, I can't link that because it's piracy. Like if somebody's looking for, like these schizophrenic people, I want to show them that they can run their own movie servers, their own audiobook servers, and they don't have to fucking bend down and capitulate to corporations or government. Huh?
It's really funny to me, sorry. It's really funny to me, like the mindset that's espoused by like people who don't really like care about like computers or anything like that, but they want to like kind of virtue signal like if they do care about like free information or something like that. Like they're like, oh my god, YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, they're so censored and bad, and I hate using them. But also, I'm gonna use them, and I'm not gonna look into like how to self-host my own shit or anything like that because that's hard.
They won't leave. They won't even click my link because they instantly think that they're going to get hacked or something. Well, you did. How come you're not scared?
Well, it's just like a Jitsi Meet instance, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're connected to my computer in the living room right now. That's all it is.
Right. I see. I assume FreeMyIP is like a DDNS thing.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So a lot of people don't. That's what just perplexes me, man. I mean, I think it's so weird to be arrogant and ignorant at the same time. It's it's so funny to see people talking as if they know more than experts, yet they won't fucking prove it in voice. Like they want to hide behind their keyboard. It's a way to feign intelligence, is to hide behind their keyboard and pretend that they know stuff. But when you fucking get them in voice chat and ask them directly, you realize really fucking quickly that they couldn't find it with both hands and a flashlight in a closet.
Well, I think there is something to be said about like, talking to somebody with your voice. It's a lot more spur of the moment, and like you don't really you don't have as much time to articulate your ideas necessarily. But I think like being able to like talk to somebody and like conversate is like a good indicator of like how intelligent you are and how like quick on your feet you are when it comes to thinking.
Well, yeah, and you can also find out whether or not you really mean what you say, or if you're just joking around or just trying to troll somebody,
Right.
A lot of people call me a troll in text. In fact, I was called one last night. But they never say that to me in voice, dude. It's so frustrating.
So tell me how this all started. Like how did like you become like how did you become like somebody who would like interrogate these people? Because
Well, there's probably like audio clips of me on the internet. So what I used to have to do, like, have you ever played World of Warcraft?
no,
I make a lot
before
of
my time.
I make a lot of WoW videos and shit. But back in 2004, World of Warcraft, had a big community. It didn't have voice chat built in. It does now, but it didn't used to. And guilds or people who like run shit together in World of Warcraft, they usually had their own voice chat server and stuff. But I would
Right.
see these posts, or I would like talk to people in the game, and they would say such stupid shit, and I just wanted to talk to these guys and just clear up things and crap like that. But they would always say things like, "Oh, I don't have a microphone," or one of the excuses was, "You're going to yell at me," or another one was, "You're going to DDoS me," or "You're going to hack me." I mean, I hear all the fucking I hear all these excuses, right? So what I had to do, which was very weird, I had to create do you know what a WAV file is? WAV?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I had to make WAV files and upload them, and then post them on the forums to get my message across. What did I want to say to some of these people? And they would listen to them. They wouldn't come talk to me, but they'd listen to the WAV files. So that's that's one of the things I had to do early on the internet. I mean, at least early on in World of Warcraft, at least. But I've never been afraid of talking to people. I don't know. Do you use Steam, for instance?
I used to. I don't really use it anymore because I gave my account to my brother, and he like uses it for like CS:GO trading now. So like I can't really get in.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people are fucking shocked and surprised, and some of them don't even believe me when I tell them that when Steam came out, I called Gabe Newell on the phone. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who Gabe is. Gaben.
Okay. Yeah, Gaben. So when Steam came out, basically it came through the game Half-Life 2. My roommate and I, we went to the store to buy Half-Life 2. We came back and we installed it, and we couldn't play the game. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it was the first fucking game ever to have DRM. It needed online authentication before you could even play it. And since their servers weren't up yet, you couldn't even play the game that you just installed. And that's the first time I'd ever seen that in my life. And I've been a gamer since 1984. So seeing in 2004, the first game I've ever seen, I went to the store, bought it, installed it, and it didn't fucking work. I was pissed, dude. So I don't even remember how I did it, but I found Gabe Newell's home phone number, and I called that son of a bitch. I got the audio recorded, but I wasn't even scared to call people back then either. That's what I mean. Like, I've never been afraid to talk to people, dude. So I still have the recording of talking to Gabe Newell on the phone. I was nice to him because I respected him back then, but if I talked to him now, I'd be shitting all over him. Because he's, what he did with fucking PC gaming and shit, and with DRM. DRM, of course, if you don't know, means digital rights management.
Yeah.
And it's a really fucking it's one of the worst things that happened to gaming. It's one of the reasons I don't buy games anymore, I pirate everything, and I tell people how to run their own servers and shit like that, because people need to take the power back, essentially, like that Rage Against the Machine song. So, I don't know, I've never been afraid to talk to people, and I realized pretty early on the internet that text is great and all, but it's not great for two-way conversations. It's good for one-way, like when you're reading a book and the author is speaking directly to you. I mean, that's pretty cool. But to have a two-way conversation, there's so many, as you said earlier, there's so many nuances with voice chat. Like, for instance, if I said, "I never said she stole my money," that sentence has 7 different meanings depending on which word you emphasize. Like this: "I never said she stole my money." It's different from "I never said she stole my money." Do you hear that? You can't tell that in text.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah, I
text.
see.
So then I try to prove it by saying, all right, if text is so great, why don't you type out Popeye's laugh? And they can never spell it. How do you spell it?
Sorry.
Do you know how he laughs?
No.
He goes, ag, 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 ag. How do you spell that? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
Is
like
that what
sound-
you call the stream humans need to get back to talking?
Right. Yeah, sound fucking matters, dude. Humans evolved with oral communication, not written. And like, to get these guys in voice chat is like pulling teeth now. Back in the day, people would more likely get in voice chat in the early 2000s, dude. If they had a microphone, I've talked to thousands of people over the years, dude, about all sorts of different topics. And most people were never afraid, but these fucking cell phone people, at least they don't use the excuse I don't have a mic anymore. Actually, a couple of them have. They tried to sit here and tell me they don't have a mic. I said, you got a phone? Yeah. That's got a microphone in it. You fucking idiots.
Yeah, I don't think that's even a valid excuse if you're using a computer, because I just use like a $15 mic I got at Micro Center.
Yeah. Computers, you know, I don't know if they have them built in the motherboard. I don't think so, though.
No, they don't. They
No.
don't. That wouldn't be practical, because then it'd be in the case.
Yeah, I know, but then that would freak everybody out. But they do put fucking cameras on laptops now, so a lot of people put those schizophrenics put electrical tape over their cameras on their laptops, man. They were but one of the reasons I was going to say that you can't be friends with schizophrenics is because, for instance, if you knew a schizophrenic even for like 5 years and you guys know each other pretty well, and you go to his house and he's going through a psychotic episode, they call it psychosis, and he starts accusing you of stealing his loaf of bread. You could say, dude, I don't have your bread. I didn't fucking steal your bread. And he'll say, you're lying to me, and you'll fucking strip nude and prove to him that you don't have his fucking bread. He'll still think you stole it. He'll think you put it somewhere. And he will not say, okay, I'm sorry. That's how schizophrenics work, dude. That's the way their brain works. They're fucking accusatory cocksuckers. You cannot be friends with someone like that. Like, I don't even accuse people that much, and I accuse a lot of people of shit.
Yeah, I have noticed that before. Like, they have like a narrative, and like they can't deviate from that narrative.
Yeah, it's busted brain, dude. And, you know, it's, you know, what sucks is that I don't entirely blame them. It's not like they want it or anything, but the thing is that schizophrenia literally, scientifically, eats up to 5% of your gray matter in your brain each year. 5%.
Really?
It actually damages your brain. And the only thing, as of right now, that you can do about it is mitigate it with medication. That's the only thing you can do. There's no cure for it. So it actually damages their brain. They've done MRIs and brain scans and things. You can check out the scientific papers on it and see the damage that it does. It's like you can tell them this, but schizophrenia works in such a way they don't even care. A normal person would fucking care if they knew their brain was being eaten, but they don't care. So that's why I just stopped talking to them outright. They're a lost cause, dude. Like these fucking flat earther guys and these NASA haters and shit. I feel they're very similar, dude. They're a lost cause. You cannot, like, if they won't even get in voice chat, you got no chance to fucking change their mind.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew a schizophrenic guy in real life, but he took meds, and he acknowledged that they helped him because, like, he said to me that he couldn't even like sleep without his meds because of how paranoid he was.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only thing you could do is that medication thing. I wish there was a cure for it, but there isn't. You know.
Right.
And I still don't think they fully know how it's actually caused, like what causes it. But it's almost always in young adulthood, though. It's where it starts.
So,
But,
sorry.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Like, how many people have like you gotten who like are in like this like anti-science position to argue with you?
Well, there was one guy that showed up like a little over a week ago, I think. But I was on my way to bed, so I didn't get to really get into it with him too much. But he kind of sounded like a toothless hillbilly, really. But he just basically he really wasn't articulate. He wasn't actually interested in science and technology. In fact, I asked him, one of the first questions I asked this guy is like, I said, we got books, we have newspapers, we have news websites, we have all sorts of information. I said, what, in your opinion, is the highest echelon of human knowledge? And he couldn't even answer that. I mean, I would have taken any answer, but there is actually an answer to this, but he couldn't answer it. He didn't, because I said the answer is science. I said science is the best, the highest echelon of human knowledge. And a lot of people don't even know what science is. They don't realize that we release scientific papers, and that that trickles down to the news organizations, and then you see newspapers say like cure for cancer found. Well, the fucking news company didn't find the cure for cancer. It was scientists.
Right.
That's the best. That's where the E equals MC squared came from. What do you think Einstein did? He published a paper on it. That's science right there. That's above books. I like books. I read a lot of them, but that's above books, dude. That's the cutting edge of human knowledge, dude. Is science. Those academic papers, those scientific papers.
Right, and I see what you mean now. Yeah, like empirical evidence is like irrefutable compared to like a book, because a book is by nature like completely subjective and not necessarily objective.
Right.
It can have objective facts in it, but it's at the end of its day, it's not like something that's being proven. Right,
and also like the invention of the CD player. So a lot of people use CDs and listen to music or whatever. It's pretty cool. Laser technology, right? Well, that of course came from scientific papers too. But if you want the story on how music got free, for instance, there's a book that kind of came out, I don't know, like 5 or 10 years ago or something, that is a pretty good account of it. In fact, I read this book. It's called How Music Got Free. And the very same people I was brushing shoulders with in the early 2000s are in that book. I was actually surprised because he was mentioning names in that book, some of the people who were in the pirate scene, who were releasing MP3s on the internet before the CDs got the stores got the CDs. It was like a month before a lot of times. So we'd be downloading these albums before stores even could sell them. But there's an origin, there's a story to that. And I was in the fucking pirate scene at that time. I still am, but I mean, I was actually really heavily involved with it before. And he was naming people in this book, and I fucking searched my IRC logs. IRC, if you don't know, is Internet Relay Chat.
Yeah.
And I found this very same people that he was talking about. And I'm sitting there brushing shoulders with these guys. These guys who fucking changed the way we listen to music. So,
I see.
Books can be full of facts, like you said. That's true. But it's not cutting-edge technology and cutting-edge patents and like the cutting edge of human knowledge, like Sir Isaac Newton type stuff.
Well, right. Well, like, I see what you mean about, like, science being the highest echelon because, it is, like, well, what I notice a lot in these kind of people is that, like, they think that, like, they can just kind of make up whatever they want and put it in a paper. They can't really do that.
Yeah, I know. That's not how it works.
Right. And,
so they suck at that. Yeah, they suck. But that's the thing. I want to try to talk to them about why they do that shit and why they, as Carl Sagan says, he says science is more than just a body of knowledge. It is a way of thinking, a way of skeptically interrogating the cosmos with a fine understanding of human fallibility.
I see.
The body of knowledge, I don't know if you know, you can go to scholar.google.com and you can type in anything, dude. Any topic you want to fucking talk about, whether it's pioneering astronomy, the Hubble Space Telescope development, Artemis missions, moon landing, shit like that. You can download these scientific papers, and there's all sorts of, not just the scientific papers, the original ones you can download. You can download the books. You can download just infinite amounts of information, dude. But these guys, I mean, I'm not just blaming NASA deniers. Regular people don't even do this shit. And I'm not even saying I'm a really smart guy, but when I'm curious about something, dude, I actually go learn about it. I take the time to do that.
That's the point of all that.
Right. I have a thirst for knowledge, dude. My audiobook server now has about 2,700 audiobooks, and they're DRM free, and I can share any of them at the drop of a hat, and I can give anybody a count anytime I want. Obviously, I'm not gonna. I don't have the bandwidth and space to share it with the world, but I mean. If any of these science deniers have like an inkling of redeeming qualities about them, I'll give them access, dude. That's how nice of a guy I am.
Have you ever spoken to like flat earther people before?
Yeah. Yep. In fact, I talked to one for quite a while I was streaming once. Actually, he didn't know I was streaming, but I was streaming, and at the very end, I finally got him to admit that, yeah, you know, that's a really fucking good point. I never really thought about it that way before. And I don't remember exactly what it might have been the fact that you can't see Polaris from Australia. I mean, that's, if you could take a picture of Polaris from Australia, well, then the Earth is flat. But if you can't do it, well, you fucking lose. So, I think it was either that or the fact that you can shoot a laser up at the moon, it'll bounce back and hit you in the fucking eye. And he's like, why would it do that? And I said, yeah, good question. Because we put retro fucking reflectors on there during the Apollo missions, asshole. And he's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, dude. Fucking idiot. I mean, you're sitting there talking shit about NASA and you don't even fucking know what we did. Just yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. The other thing is that in ham radio, there's a thing where if you get like the timing right, you can do what's called like a DX bounce off of the moon, where like you shoot radio, you transmit towards the moon, and then the moon's reflection will actually bounce the radio back. It'll bounce the radio waves back at the surface of the Earth, so you can make a super long transmission. And in ham radio, that's called the DX.
Oh, that goes above the ionosphere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Apparently, like some people can get access to certain times of the day, generally at night, I think.
Yeah, I've listened to DX radio. I have a shortwave radio before, and I've been able to pick up from like Canada and like Spain before, and I'm in Florida.
So, are you a ham radio operator?
No, I don't actually transmit or anything, but I do. I'm interested in radio, and I listen to shortwave.
Well, that's the other thing about these fucking NASA deniers, dude. They don't realize that their eyeballs are also using the electromagnetic spectrum. It's just higher up in the fucking spectrum.
Right.
The radio wave is the same fucking light as what their eyes see, but just lower in the fucking spectrum.
Right.
The wavelengths are just different. That's the only difference, dude. They don't realize that light is the light that they see with their eyeballs is the same as fucking radio light. Radio is light, dude. They don't realize that.
Something that's also really worth mentioning is that there's a radio ham who was able to pick up like Apollo 11 broadcasts as they were happening using like really good timing and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. The NOAA allows people to connect to their satellites. Their GOES satellite, for instance, they have an east and west. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that those got shut down because of budget cuts.
No, they're still up. They have to have those.
The satellites are up, but you can't get the satellite images anymore. I don't think, because I was looking into doing it, and like they stopped sending those. I think.
No way.
I might be wrong. This happened in like late 2025, I think.
No, I'm looking at it right now. Download images. Yeah, April 28, 2026, May 8th. Yeah, right here. Check Jitsi, and if you see that hand in the little panel on Jitsi Meet there.
Oh yeah, I see.
Right to the left, there's a little text thing. Yeah.
Well, they still make the screenshot. They still make the images. What I meant was like, what satellite is this?
That's the GOES GOES 19. They call it.
Oh, okay. I think I was talking about something else.
Oh, okay.
There's the NOAA. They had some weather satellites where they sent like satellite pictures that you could just pick up, but they stopped broadcasting them because of budget cuts. I think.
Yeah, I heard about budget cuts, and that's the first thing I thought about with the NOAA. I was like, if they fucking cut the budget on this, man, we're screwed, because these satellites can actually save lives. They're there for weather and for fires. They got early fire detection on those things.
I see.
Yeah, they're very useful. But of course, schizophrenics don't know about that shit. They just fucking dismiss it as they use it. And their GPS too.
I might have misunderstood, but I remember I was looking into like picking up like the satellite images, because that's like something you can do if you have like a radio that can tune to those frequencies. And people were saying on Reddit that you just like can't do it anymore, but I might be totally wrong. I didn't research it much myself.
Yeah. Well, so these these are obviously on a website, but you can, if you have the technology and the equipment, you can actually connect directly to them and pull them in faster than they put them on the website, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. People were doing that on the subreddit for like the radio tuner I use.
Yeah. So one cool thing, I don't know if you know this or care, but I sometimes go through the old GeoCities collection. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Well, there was before Facebook, there was MySpace, right?
Yeah.
But what about before MySpace? Did you know? Yeah, there was GeoCities and Angel Fire and other shit like this. But I had a GeoCities page, and I go through that collection still because it's kind of nostalgic for me. When I go through those images, it's like these are the real people of the internet, dude. I mean, these people took the effort to fucking learn about computers and shit to get on, and they didn't just make it all about them. Like their web pages were about, you know, their interests and stuff, and a lot of times there was like insight and things you know that you couldn't access in other places. So it's always kind of fun to go through those pages. But anyway, I come across a lot of ham radio people on those things.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that like an old like ham radio operator would be into, because you know those ham radio is a hobby where like you can just go really deep with it and just learn everything that there is to know.
Yeah.
Like still not know everything.
Yeah, and now those fucking day traders are trying to take over the frequencies. I heard for ham radio. They were trying to take them over so they can get like 0.5 faster millisecond trading with their fucking stock prices and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were trying to take over the ham radio signals. So
What?
I think
do you know?
you could probably Google it. Day trading cocksuckers are trying to steal ham radio frequencies or something like that. Maybe not word cocksuckers, but that's just how I feel about those people. 'Cause I think
trading.
you see it.
No, I don't see it. I just looked up day trading ham radio.
Put in like stock traders ham radio frequency or wavelength or something like that.
A proposal to use HF for stock trading.
See?
It's,
And the ham radio guys were fighting it, I think. I haven't checked it recently, but that's what I last heard. You're not finding anything?
no, I found it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm just reading. It seems like they shut it down pretty fast.
Good. Good. Fucking stock traders, dude.
The thing is about HF, which is the band that they wanted to use.
It's slow?
No, it's not slow. But the thing about shortwave is like there's no like regulation of it. So like since it transmits so far, right? So like if like North Korea has like a transmitter, and like if you want to listen to North Korean radio, you can. And like that's interesting because like there's no country in the world that's as isolated as that you can just like listen to them directly, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like in between.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how what kind of regulation there is on HF. There probably is in the US. I know the U.S. operates this shortwave station for Cuba because that's another like isolated communist country. So there probably is some regulation. I can actually pick up like the Cuban shortwave radio really well because I live in Florida.
Have you ever heard?
Yeah.
You've heard. I'm sure you heard of number stations.
Yeah, that's what got me into the hobby actually, because I thought they were
Conet
cool.
project.
Yeah, something like that. Is that like the one that like has a lot of recordings?
Yeah, the CDs.
I see. Yeah, I think the number stations are really cool. I've never actually encountered one that I know of, but I also don't have a very good antenna. My antenna is just like a copper wire that just runs across the roof of my house.
What lessens the mystery for me is that I know it's all human made. You know, I used to like believe that potential aliens and other life forms and maybe even ghosts and stuff are real, but I don't believe that way anymore. You know, because
I think it is like cool and spooky and otherworldly sounding. But
Yeah.
I think it is also interesting that like the way, like the methods they use to like encrypt their messages before like that like serious encryption really existed, because they would do like kind of goofy things.
Yeah, and there's a lot of interesting stories about. I don't know all of them. I'm not a expert radio guy or anything, but the whole the pirate radio, I think in New York was a pretty big thing. I think in the 70s or 80s or something. I think the band REM sang a song about Radio Free Europe, shit like that. Radio was a really big thing, man, and now a lot of people are just so weird about it and suspicious about it, and like especially schizophrenics, they think radio is actually entering their brains and shit directly, and they get really freaked out about any. That's why that whole tinfoil thing exists. I mean, they think they can stop it with the tinfoil and shit. So,
You know about like 5G?
what about it?
Well, like the things that like people say about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's not healthy to have it up to your ear all the time, and I think there's been scientific studies on that at certain power levels or some shit, like it can actually kill some of your sperm in your gonads. I hear, but other than that, it's not like mind control or anything.
Well, I don't know. My mom was like convinced that like 5G is like harmful for you. This comes back to what you were saying earlier about like people just not caring and not doing any research. Because like she was like telling me like, oh, 5G is really bad. You got to be careful. But she uses a 5G cell phone. She lives in an area with 5G. She doesn't do anything about it. And now I don't think she even cares anymore. Maybe she still believes this. I don't know. It's just like,
Don't tell her about cosmic rays. Cosmic rays actually puncture fucking thick. You can hide in a cave deep below the earth, and it'll still puncture the fucking wall and interact with your DNA, and it does cause mutations.
I see.
They don't do much harm, but they do harm. I mean, that's we're deeply tied to the cosmos. I mean, you can't do much about that. I mean, this is fucking natural radio essentially. It's if she wants to find out how much harm can be done with 5G, she can read the scientific papers. That's the shit you believe. But that's the thing about humans. They are intellectually lazy. They'll just believe some guy and repeat what they say. They're not good at distinguishing pseudoscience from the real thing.
Right.
And there's a lot of pseudoscience pushers out there, especially on the internet these days. A lot of people, like you said, just making shit up, and so a lot of them hear that and they think that the person knows what they're talking about, and they don't. And I can't believe how easy it is just to manipulate everybody. On YouTube, when I see a face, I get pissed. I don't want to see a head on YouTube. I don't want to see somebody who actually fucking took the time to put props in the room, dude. Props. That shit is offensive to me, dude. What are you doing fucking using video game consoles as props? You fucking cocksucker, you game-hating cocksucker. And so, like, I see that shit, I get pissed, and other people see that and think, oh, yeah, that's normal. I believe this guy. He knows what he's talking about. Man.
Right.
I get very pissed very easy with shit like that because, like, the whole point of the internet is sharing freely. That's what it is. It's called the distribution of information. You know, the free dissemination of information. Free, with a capital F on free. And what do people do now? Well, they try to fucking charge you. They try to beg for money. And it didn't used to fucking... people didn't used to beg for money on the internet. Now everybody fucking does. And they're just shameless about it and shit. And it's just so frustrating, dude. They try to fucking hide things behind paywalls and Patreon and shit. And they really piss me off, dude. And I go after those people, too. You know, like, if whatever they're trying to fucking offer behind their little Patreon, I'll get it, and then I'll share it for free, and I'll say, yeah, what now, asshole? What now? Here it is for everybody. You know?
What were you doing in the piracy scene when you started out?
I was called a courier, and courier uses something called FXP. there was a program specifically called Flash FXP, where it's a split screen side by side, and on the left side you can connect to an FTP server, and on the right side you can connect to another FTP server, and you could transfer files and folders between two different FTP servers. You're a middleman, literally, and you're what's called a courier. And so you would be on these what are called top sites. And that's a very insider word right there. You don't hear that word in everyday language, or everyday nomenclature, I should say. So I was on these top sites that would get files pre'd to them. And that means the actual groups would pre-upload whatever they're going to be releasing, and then they time it at the same time and what they call pre a release. So like, let's say they got Doom 3, the ISO of Doom 3. They'll upload it to a hidden directory on these FTPs, and they'll upload it to all the FTPs, multiple, and then at the same time, they'll pre it. And then boom, it'll appear, and then the little guys like me, the little fucking couriers, will jump on and start trading it back and forth to spread that as fast as possible. That's what couriers did. And so maybe later that same day, it would finally trickle down to the normal fucking internet people. But I would be there right there first, getting it first before everybody else, because I was on these very limited, small top sites. And these, a lot of them were based in Sweden that had like big fat pipes, so to speak. A lot faster than the slow connections we had here in America back then. They would have what called OC48, OC12. That's what some of those connections are called. T1 was pretty even slow back in the late 90s. T1 was good, still considered pretty slow. T1s are, I think, what's his name? Joe Rogan. He still brags about that today, that he had a T1 in the 90s or whatever, playing Quake. He said he had a T1. It was like 10,000 a month or something, he said. But yeah, these top sites would have these fast connections, and yeah, so I would share shit, and then you would get ratio when you did that, because you'd be sharing, and that's kind of ratio is what happens on torrent files these days. You know, you upload and you get credit, and then you get 1-to-3 ratio or whatever the hell it is, and as long as you're constantly seeding, you should have enough credit to download, at least on private torrent sites.
I see. Yeah, I always see.
But I also supplied, though. Supplied is like the best, the most valued position in the wares scene. WAREZ, being a supplier, because you're the one producing. You know, you're supplying, and that's what that book is about. Kind of how music got free, like how the people at these reproduction plants were actually supplying CDs to rip to MP3 back in the day. So it's a very interesting book. But I actually did supply the game Doom 3. So I had it before stores did, and I uploaded it, and I'm the one, I didn't crack it, but I uploaded it to the group that did, and they released it that same day. I supplied several things: the Metroid Metal soundtrack, the Grand Theft Auto Vice City soundtrack, which was like 6 CDs or something. I supplied Doom Collector's Edition, ISO, not a huge deal, but my releases can still be found throughout the internet here and there, you know?
I see.
So
for legal purpose, like, this is just like a joke, like,
no, I don't give a shit. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it, dude. I'm not ashamed. I'm not worried about the internet's the Wild West, man. Law don't go around here, law dog, savvy. That's what they said in that movie Tombstone. Law don't go around here, law dog, savvy.
Well, couldn't you get in trouble since, like, you just admitted to all this?
No.
Recording?
No.
Oh, well.
You're sharing files. That's what we do here. Do you realize grandmothers were fucking putting in their Backstreet Boys CDs and fucking ripping them back in the day? Grandmothers were doing it. Nuns. Police officers. Everybody was doing it. Because we were sick of the music industry charging $15-20 per CD, if you could even find it in the first place, and you only wanted like one song off of it.
I see.
You know, we were getting fucking raped, dude, over a barrel. So everybody was fed up with it.
It's not that interesting nowadays. Nowadays, like, when you want a song, you can just, like, download it off YouTube using YT-DLP.
Right. YT-DLP is great, but here's the problem with YouTube music. You might know this. It's only 120 kbps, which is lower quality than we released in the early 2000s. We released MP3s at 192 kbps, and on YouTube it's 128, which is lower quality than CD. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm a stickler, but I want the actual 1-1 CD copy. So I get FLACs.
You listen to FLACs, yeah.
Of course. Because some of the FLACs I have are higher quality than CD. For instance, there's SACD, which means, of course, Super Audio CD. There's 5.1 surround sound. You can't get 5.1 surround sound in MP3s. You can get them in FLACs. So some of these albums in 5.1 surround sound are better than the stereo version. For instance, Depeche Mode, Violator from 1990, better in 5.1 sound. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms from 1985, the best version is the DVD 5.1 surround sound. Okay, so you're gonna want the flax on that shit.
I see.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me. I didn't know that. I got a new sound card for my computer recently because I wanted to make MIDI recordings, and now I want to try seeing if there's like better versions of music I can listen to because like my new sound card has 5.1.
Yep, and I really like the Nine Inch Nails with Teeth in 5.1 sound. It sounds really good. He did really cool things with some of the songs on that album. Beck's Wero from 2005 is also pretty good in 5.1. But then there's actually vinyl, and I'm not saying vinyl's better but in some cases it is better than the CD. Like for instance, if you like Soundgarden, Chris Cornell?
No.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, he's.
I don't honestly. I don't like listen to any music that isn't like video game music.
Oh, well, I have a shitload of video game soundtracks. Like I said, I released the Metroid Metal soundtrack, which I think is really awesome.
I see.
I put it on archive.org recently, actually. So if you go to archive.org and type in Metroid Metal, my name's on the back of that disc, actually. Because
Yes.
it's one of the few things I paid for on the internet. But in my defense, I got something in the mail for it. I got the CD version of it. Because he would release them as MP3s free on his website. And then he said he wanted to release a higher quality version. And this was when most people had shit internet. So they justified buying a CD. But not many people are on the back of that CD. It's like maybe 20 or 30 names. And I'm one of them. So first thing I did was rip it and share it. Because that's what you do on the internet. You fucking share.
What's it called? Metroid Metal?
Yeah.
There's a lot of other stuff. Let me
On archive.org?
Yeah.
Sort by upload. Sort by date added. And it should probably
I
be one of.
see.
It should probably be within the last 5 months or something. It's a white cover with a it's like a I can't think of the fucking enemy name now. A Metroid.
The Metroid, yeah.
Yeah.
I found it. Okay, and this
Yep.
is from 2004. I see.
Yeah. And that was a pretty rare. That's never really. I mean, I uploaded it a long time ago, but I recently re-ripped it properly, like the proper method of ripping it. And of course, I put it. Oh, another thing I put on my archive.org account is an unreleased movie. It took me a long time to find this fucking thing. It's called Moral Combat, without the T, not Mortal Kombat, but it's Moral. But somebody asked me on YouTube if I could. They said, "I know you're pretty good at finding shit. Can you help me find this?" Dude, I looked and looked and looked. It looked like it was like streamed for a little while in the early 2009 or something like that. But it didn't look like it ever came out on physical media, and it didn't look like it was ever streamed or streamable on any of these websites, Hulu or Netflix or anything, Amazon. It looked like it all just disappeared. So I did some deep fucking research, and I found like 2 people who possibly had the DVD version of it. And after a lot of back and forth, I got one guy to fucking find his original DVD and rip it for me. And of course,
Wow.
I put it on archive.org, so it's not lost to time.
Do you know about the Lost Media Wiki?
That's that fucking Louis Rossman or whatever.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with Louis Rossman. It's a wiki for like, like a wiki for like stuff like you mentioned that were like just nobody has a copy of it anymore.
Oh,
You should go on their forums or something like that. I think you'd get a kick out of it.
well, that's what I like about the internet, though. Is like a lot of this rare shit is now fucking found because of the internet. You know, the most mysterious.
That's all they do.
Yeah, the most mysterious
In fact-
song on the internet was found. I mean, that was pretty amazing.
Yeah. That they do like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Let me see if they have like a page for Moral Combat.
yeah. See that's there.
Okay, no, it's not.
That's how
But
rare
that's-
it is.
Yeah, that's.
But it is on
That's-
IMDb and shit. I mean, you'll find some information about it, but not a whole lot. There was, I don't know if there's any more, but there was a Netflix page about it, and there was an Amazon page about it. But it says this title is no longer available, or some shit like that, you know.
Is
But-
it called? Oh, it has a Wikipedia page.
I bet it's not even updated that it's been fucking released on the internet. I bet that's how kind of obscure it is. I think. But see, that's the kind of guy I am. That's my point. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, dude. But that's what we do here, dude. We take that. Now, what the fuck? Can cell phone people do any of this? No, they're fucking useless people, dude. They're just fucking. They can't do anything for the internet. I go out of my way to do shit for the internet because I fucking love this place.
You get it, yeah.
Yeah, and so some people, like those YouTubers who show their face, if they ever got their hands on something rare like that, you know what they would do, right? Because they love money so much, they would fucking sell it. They wouldn't rip it and share it for free. They're fucking assholes. They just want people's money. They just want popularity. It's all about them and how great they are. I hate most YouTubers, dude. I'm not anything like these people, dude.
I understand.
So do I sound bitter? Yeah, a little bit.
No, yeah, you sound a bit bitter, but it's like warranted.
Thank you.
Anyways, if you want to subscribe to me, I'll post my YouTube, and I think I'll add you on Discord. You're a pretty cool guy.
Well, if I subscribe to you, I would probably subscribe to you on my YouTube website, so you wouldn't even tell that I'm subscribed. That sounds weird, doesn't it?
Using videos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How'd you know?
I used to run an Invidious instance just for myself because I don't want to.
Are you Lobster, by the way?
No.
Oh.
I don't know who that is.
Sure.
I don't know who that is, really.
All right. Okay. I believe you. No, there was a guy. You can just remind me of him a little bit. That's all. Anyway, because I think he knows about stuff like that. Not many people know about Invidious and shit,
Well, it's one thing to use the Invidious websites that exist, but like they're always like breaking stuff because YouTube like tries to hit them. If you just self-host it, it's actually like really stable and good. I was using it so I could watch YouTube on my TV because the official YouTube app is like shitty and slow and it has ads.
Of course. Dude, this is the shit I want to talk to these fucking NASA haters about. It's like there's so much to fucking do and love about the internet. And in fact, if they're going to hate anybody, they should hate YouTube more. I actually made that comment last night. I said, YouTube fucking lies to you and tells you that you need to pay for YouTube Premium to watch fucking videos with the screen off on your phone. That's a lie. There's no technological reason why your fucking YouTube app on your phone can't play a video with the screen off without paying. There's no fucking reason. In fact, if I showed them my Invidious on their phone, they could hit play and turn the screen off, and it works just fine. Wow. So why aren't they pissed at YouTube for lying? But they think NASA's lying to them. NASA has open source software on GitHub, dude. NASA lets fucking people access their hardware. There's a fucking queue of people waiting to get time to use on the Hubble telescope, dude. They give people access to do research on these things.
Yeah, right. They're very, very open about like everything they do.
Yeah, so why the fuck are they pissed at NASA but they're not pissed at YouTube? YouTube is actively, like you just said, is absolutely right. They're actively trying to prevent people from fucking downloading videos with YT-DLP. They're trying to fucking they actively went after Invidious and tried to say that's copyright infringement or something, even though they're not taking anything from YouTube. That's a front end for YouTube.
Wait, who went after Invidious?
YouTube? They
Okay.
sent them a DMCA fucking claim saying that, yeah, DMCA my ass. Fuck off. These corporations are trying to rape everybody now, dude. It's so frustrating. But of course, Invidious just blew them off from what I understand, which is the right thing to do. And now they're trying to fucking, now these fucking governments and corporations are trying to go after operating systems, saying you have to have an age verification. Fuck you, dude. This is open source. Suck our fucking collective cocks, you cock-straddling panda fuckers.
Yeah, I really hated that when I learned about it, because when I was a little kid, I actually installed Linux when I was a little kid because I was like really frustrated. Like I had a MacBook and I was really annoyed by like how like limited like Mac OS is with how like it lets you customize it.
Yeah.
And if I had never done that, like there's like all sorts of things I never would have like gotten into and learned about, and like.
I wish I would have fucking learned Linux earlier. I mean, I did install it like in '99 for like a brief moment. I ran a Counter-Strike server for just a short while, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I knew Linux existed. I had friends who used Linux, but I just wasn't into it because I was more into gaming, and I was a multimedia type guy. I still am, as you can see. I mean, I love watching movies and music and games and everything on my computer. So Linux was not for me. And
Whoa.
to this day, it still isn't, I don't think. But I do use it.
Back then, it was a bit different because like there was a lot less supported hardware, and
Yeah.
you've got like this thing where like Warner Brothers puts like DRM on like DVD players, so like movies will only work if you watch them on a DVD player and not on your computer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's one of the
Yeah.
reasons. That's one of the reasons that I never really bought. I mean, I did have some DVDs, but I wanted the ripped versions. I always felt that the ripped versions were better because they were actually liberated. I mean, an MP4 file, MPEG, fucking AVI, DivX file, any like these video formats on your fucking hard drive were actually liberated. They were not fucking limited. They were DRM free. They didn't say you can only watch it 4 times before it deletes itself, or there was not region limits like DVD players have, like region fucking locks and shit. So I felt files were going to be the future of media on the internet, and I was right.
Right.
So like Linux, I don't think they had a decryptor for a while, right? So you couldn't really play your illegal DVDs.
Yeah, there is one now though, but it's like technically non-free, so like some distros don't include it.
Mm-hmm. Is it one that has open source, so you can compile it yourself at least?
Yeah, you can compile it yourself. I think the ethical issue is that like technically you're still using like DRM, even if it's like cracked encryption. You're still like using like non-free software, and that's like a no-no to like GNU people.
Yeah. Well,
or GNU people. Sorry.
GNU/Linux. Yeah. Well, dude, I'm a little different than a lot of people. A lot of people, they walk a tightrope or something when they start talking about piracy and shit. I don't. I openly fucking share, dude. I don't know if you know this, but one of my videos on YouTube, and not that I'm trying to get subscribers or anything, don't misunderstand me, but I was playing an audiobook one day, and the fucking copyright holder manually copyright struck the video. That means it's not in YouTube's content ID thing, where it automatically fucking gives revenue to them or whatever. That's not what it was. It was a manual copyright strike. And so, you know what I did, right? What are you supposed to do? Well, a lot of people just say, oh, okay, well, I guess I can't play that audiobook. Whoops. You know what I did? I was like, fuck you, cocksuckers. You're not going to stop me. So the first, of course, what I did, I made a video, and it's still on my channel. It's called Exploding the Phone. That's what the audiobook is called, Exploding the Phone. If you watch that video, I said, gosh, I sure would like to play the video or play the audiobook, but they don't want me to. But if you look in the comments, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, there might be some links down there for you to get it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And sure enough, the links still work because they can't take it away from me. And they're not going to stop me from sharing, dude. It's right in their fucking faces, and the video's still up because the video doesn't contain any quote-unquote copyrighted material. But somebody, I don't know who, I really wish I knew who made that link down below in the comments to the fucking audiobook itself. But that's too bad. YouTube can suck my cock. The company who owns the rights to that fucking book can suck my cock. They're not going to tell people what they can and can't do on the internet. Okay? They don't fucking run this place. We do. And I want companies to know that. That's why I will shove it in their face using the heel of my hand. And I will continue to do so, dude. I do not fucking beat around the bush on that shit. I don't say, well, I'd really like to help you guys and complete this tutorial I'm making, but I can't share this part of it. No, I don't give people partial information. I give it all. Because I'm a good guy.
Can I ask you, what do you have against Louis Rossman? Because I see in the comments of this video on Exploding the Phone, you're calling him a raccoon-eyed bitch.
Okay, he's right about repair, you know, that shit. But what the fuck did he... Oh, he did some weird shit. Okay, so he has, or at least used to have, the Graphene OS phone. You know what that is?
Yeah, it's like an Android ROM, isn't it?
Yeah. He personally didn't like the fucking, one of the developers for that, because they said bad stuff or some shit like that. And he said, I don't want to support an asshole like this. And I'm thinking, who cares if he's an asshole? What better phone OS is there? No, there isn't any. Who cares if he's an asshole?
Here's the thing. You're talking about graphene, right?
Yeah.
I think I think basically the reason why people were against. I remember when this was happening. The people were upset with the Graphene OS developer because he was insistent on the fact that like, oh, Google makes the most secure phones, and that's why we don't support any other kind of phones. And I think people took objection to that. Whether they're right or wrong, I don't know. Maybe they're right.
Well, the Google Pixel does do baseband isolation, and from what I understand, I'm not saying that I'm an expert on phones, but apparently no other phone really does that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but maybe they're right. I think people just like were upset that their hardware wasn't getting supported or whatever.
Yeah. No, I think it was because he like flipped out and yelled at people or something like that. I think that's what the guy did. But again, if you're a fucking adult, you have to separate the man from the artist, and that goes with anything. Musicians, actors, whatever. If you don't personally like an actor, does that mean you're not going to watch his movies? For me, I separate the man from the artist, and that includes software too. In fact, the bigger the asshole, it almost seems like the better fucking programmer they are. I don't care if they're nice. Are they making good shit? Like actually effective? They don't have to fucking be nice and say transgenderism is awesome and I support LGBT. No, I don't give a shit if he's like a racist, homophobic, whatever. I don't care. Is he making good software? That's all the internet. That's all we can ask for on the internet. Why do we have to have why do we have to share the same politics and shit? I thought that was really stupid of him. He made a video about it and he was like proud of it and shit. And I don't think he had a good leg to stand on, dude. Also, the other problem I have with Lewis, and he's a big guy and he has a big audience and he can reach people. However, he will never share anything in his life. He's never done it. I've never seen him share a single thing, dude, because that's the way YouTubers are. They stop short of sharing. They fucking talk about it. They kind of hint around. They beat around the bush, but they will never actually deliver the goods. I never seen him do it.
Personally, my gripe with Louis Rossmann is like the fact that like he made like Clippy the mascot of his whole thing, when like Clippy was like the original like annoying like corporate thing that nobody asked for. Yeah,
I really don't think that Louis Rossmann is very socially competent. I think he has some sort of a mental issue. Not saying that that's against him or anything. I mean, he's a successful businessman, I guess, and he seems to be a good business owner and does a lot for Apple devices and fixes people's phones and shit. But he also probably has a lot of skeletons in his closet. I don't care. Again, I'm not begrudging a man for being an asshole. I'm just saying like some of his decisions are just. They're very strange to me, dude. It's not what a real pirate, and he talks about piracy, but that's not, I don't think that's what a real pirate thinks, because I've been a pirate a long fucking time, dude, and we don't, I don't know, we actually share. I mean, I don't know, I guess, I'd like to see him actually deliver something, because he does a lot of like a lot of windbag shit. I mean, there's a lot of wind coming out of his hole, but he's not like delivering things, and I mean, I guess he has like pages and shit, but whatever.
Well, he did do something. He helped organize a protest for like this company in Texas that wanted to do something like really like awful. Like they wanted to like make it like mandatory to have like CCTV cameras in parking lots or something like that. And I think they managed to stop them from doing that. So he did do some things, but I think it is good to have like a healthy dose of skepticism towards anyone who like kind of positions themselves as like a savior and like the leader of the revolution. Right. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But also one of the things I disagree with him on is that he does make hit pieces in videos, and I'm fine with that, and I do the same thing, but it's only as a last resort. Like, I only make hit pieces on people, or individuals, as a last resort. I actually go out of my way to try to resolve whatever dispute I have with them privately first. And I don't think he does that. I think he goes straight to the hit piece. And I don't think that's really cool. Like, he'll talk shit about what... But then he also defends other YouTubers who beg for money, dude. And I hate that, too. He doesn't look at it, like, correctly. He's almost there, but not quite,
Right.
Like, he's looking at the internet as another way to make money, dude. And I find that to be a violation, because if you know anything about the internet, if you just use it to make money and you're not like if you're just trying to popularize yourself and you're not actually delivering a product or whatever, I consider you to be pretty fucking low, dude. All these fucking e-beggars and shit, these quote-unquote personalities, that's what ruined the internet, dude. You used to be able to do a Google search and find the information quick. But now, a lot of times, if you do get information on these popular channels, it's hidden in a 30-minute fucking video somewhere.
Right.
So, yeah.
I don't know. That reminds me. Like the other day, I was like, I'm kind of interested in like starting my own business. So I was looking at YouTube videos about starting a business because, like, you know, oh, I figure I can listen to somebody talk about it a little bit and maybe they'll get some good advice. All these videos, like, they're all like exactly like 10 minutes long because that's like how long you need to make
for double the ads.
Yeah, that makes
like
sure
double the
it's
ads.
monetized. And like,
Yep.
I click on the video and it's like a guy like in his mansion talking, and he's like talking about what he's gonna say in the video first. Then he talks about his book, and then it's just like it just goes on and on and on. It's like, why am I even bothering with this? I should just like read people's like blogs or something.
Yeah. And a lot of these people are just bullcrappers, dude. It's so easy to bullcrap society, man. Skepticism and critical thinking is a very important skill to learn.
Like, I wanted to find out what an LLC was because I wasn't quite sure what it was, and I found like this video where it's just like, no, here's the top 10 mistakes I made when registering my LLCs, and here's like all the best like LLC registration companies ranked. And then I found a video from 2009, which is just like a lawyer like just talking to his camera, explaining what it was, and like it told me everything I needed to know in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, there used to be informational videos like that. That's one of the reasons I like archive.org, because some of the ISOs that you can download from there, some of that old software, believe it or not, is still useful today. And a lot of great, that software gets right to the point because it's not a bunch of fucking mealy mouth and fucking just time vampirism, you know, just wasting time talking about how great they are and shit. Like it's a bunch of what we call fluff, dude. We call it fluff. That's what a lot of it is now. And I've heard, and this is where really the straw broke the fucking camel's back for me. Like, people who talk about downloading shit on the internet, they'll actually try to fearmonger people into not downloading pirated operating systems because they can contain viruses. Like, they discourage people from getting free shit and try to fearmonger them into not getting things. And I'm just like, you lying sacks of shit. Who's paying you, Microsoft? And I talked to a guy who did review videos on YouTube. He did reviews from like keyboards to handguns and shit. And I knew that this guy, what happens, if you don't know what really happens, they actually they have deals with these corporations, and they are sent free products in exchange for a positive review. That's how it is. You might not believe it, but that's how it works. You get these fucking e-beggars get a big, you know, audience, and then they get free shit from corporations for free advertisement. So I talked to this guy. I could tell in his video that he didn't know shit about firearms and handguns, but he made a video about it. Like, it's a review of a Glock or something. He didn't shoot it once in the video. He just like took it out of the case and like talked about it. And so I got him I actually got that guy in voice chat. And to his credit, I asked him, I said, what if you were given an item and you gave it a horrific review? I mean, you just fucking ripped it apart. What would happen? He was actually honest with me. I give him credit. You know what he said? I'd lose my contract with them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, they got contracts. So you can't be too fucking harsh on products, dude. Why do you think they always say on these unboxing videos that it's the greatest thing ever? They didn't even fucking use it yet, let alone for a week or a month, you know, put it to the test. Nope, it's the best shit ever, man.
Yeah,
Get one now.
I don't like when I'm reading about something, like when you look up anything, like if you're trying to figure out how to do something and you like look up stuff about it, like chances are, like when you click on it, like there's gonna be like an ad inserted in it, but it's like gonna try to like look like natural, like oh well, I just use this thing, you know, it's pretty good. Back to the topic of like piracy and viruses. I think it's I fucking hate it when people say that because you know, I feel like people aren't afraid to take risks with their computer anymore. Like I feel like people don't like they think like they'll like break their computer forever if they get like a virus, and like
Yeah.
like because they're too like they don't know how to like reinstall an operating system
Or
do
format a
anything
hard
like
drive.
that. Yeah, right.
Dude, they don't even. I actually, one of the schizophrenics, I knew something was wrong when I saw this woman, dude. She bought a whole new computer because she thought her computer was hacked. And then when she got the new one, she turned it on and she noticed the background had the same screen as her last computer. And you know what background it was? It's the normal Windows 10 background. The fucking with the cave and the fucking ocean in the background or whatever. I was like, that's the normal Windows 10 background, dude. I knew she was a lost cause at that point. You can't help people.
That's like comically goofy. Wow.
Yeah. And I blame browsers a little bit, but I also blame like VPN advertisers and just word of mouth is just horrific on the internet these days. Like nobody knows what they're talking about.
Well, they don't have a clue that like the hard drive on your computer is just like where the operating system is. I think they just like think it's like baked into the computer or something like that.
Yeah, and you can't start over or something. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so like people actually think if you click a link and it's the wrong type of link that somebody can just take over your fucking computer. I told them it's not that fucking easy, dude. If that were the case, we wouldn't have banking websites, asshole. We wouldn't fucking do our banking on the internet if that was that easy.
There are like browser exploits and stuff, but usually like I don't think they work unless like you're in a very, very specific, like setup.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Well, okay, so that's one of the reasons I made that video. I did, what was it? There was some exploit in Windows 7, a big backdoor. And I used Metasploit in Kali Linux to test it on myself. And one thing I showed in the video, a lot of people didn't know that Windows 7, as most operating systems, come with a built-in firewall these days. So you're protected as long as that firewall's on. I forgot what was it? It started with an E. I can't remember the name of the exploit, but it really scared a lot of people. In fact, one of these books I was reading about worms and viruses and shit talked about it and how dangerous it was and whatever. But you have to be able to be open. You had to open not only your local firewall, but your fucking router firewall. You had to open the port and point it to the right fucking computer.
Right, because how would they talk to your computer otherwise if you didn't forward the port?
Yep. So that's what I'm just saying. Like, I had to make a video about it because I was sick of people like trying to fearmonger everybody, and everybody's just so fearmonger these days. They don't. Part of the reason they don't know this, but one of the reasons that companies and websites tell you not to click links is because they know that you're so dumb that if you see a page that looks like YouTube but isn't actually YouTube.com, it's like Nirvana.net or something, but it looks like YouTube and it says you're not signed in, your dumbass will go punch in your credentials there. That's what because they know how stupid people are. That's what it is. It's not that they can take over your computer instantly with one fucking link click. It's that they know you'll put your fucking credentials on a website that is a clone or a copy of another website. That's all that means.
Right.
So also part of it, they don't want you leaving their website. YouTube doesn't want you to go to different websites. They want all your attention. They want all your focus. They want your money, dude. So they don't want you going to external websites. I'm amazed that YouTube even allows links anymore. I mean, you can't. If you were on my stream right now and you typed in a link, nobody could see it. Even if it was Disney.com,
right.
We couldn't see it. That's what a piece of shit this website is now. But I can link stuff.
That reminds me of a funny story. I remember my mom's company, like they were running like a WordPress site for their company, and like it got like, since the default WordPress installation allows comments, like they got hijacked with like spam comments for SEO. Like, you know what that is?
SEO?
Yeah.
No.
Basically what SEO people do is like they find anywhere like they can put text on a website so they can boost other people's websites.
That's just a spammer, right?
Yeah. But what SEO is like they try to artificially boost like
Google's results.
Websites for business. Yeah, stuff like websites for businesses. Like if you want to get your business website seen, like you
just
give
got mentioned everywhere.
So so what happened was that one of these spammer people found my mom's website, not my mom's company, but the company my mom's works for website, and she wanted me to look at it. but she was like, don't click on any of the comments. And I was like, why? They're just comments. They're just text. And she was like so insistent, like, don't click. You don't know what could happen. And I did click, and she got like super mad at me. Like, I couldn't like get it into her head. It's just text on a screen. It's not gonna jump out.
Oh
and
my
do
god.
anything.
Yeah, I blame the people, but I also blame the misinformation out there too, And it also, like, one thing I try to teach the schizophrenic people and anybody else, I guess, is that you can run a virtual machine if you're so fucking deathly afraid of links, dude. You can run a virtual machine, and actually that's what they use to test a lot of viruses and shit and exploits. They use virtual machines so it doesn't leak out to the host's computer. And you can click any fucking link you want. Then what? Oh, yeah. So fucking scary to go to a different website. Dude, I try to fucking point out that my jelly, you know what Jellyfin is?
Yeah, that's like a streaming server thing. I used that a while ago.
Yeah. Well, I run my own Jellyfin server, and if I'm not now, I'm pretty close to being better than Netflix. And I call my server Nervflix because that's my name, Nerve. So I'm starting to make the claim to some of these fucking NASA deniers and schizophrenics and other technologically inept people that my fucking movie server is probably better than fucking Netflix right now. It has more movies. It has like uncensored movies that you can't even find on Netflix. And a lot of them have multi-tracks, including the commentary track, which I hear Netflix doesn't have a lot of the time. Oh, and my fucking website works on any fucking device you want. And there's a download button for every movie. So if it's not better, what the fuck? Like, don't go to my site then, stupid asshole. Have a worse experience. Watch inferior movies. Watch censored versions of movies, you dumb tard. Go ahead and pay for movies you don't even own. That makes a lot of sense. Like, believe it or not, somebody's personal website can be better than commercial websites.
Right.
Don't you fucking know? We got the
Where
same
do you-
tools.
Where do you source these movies from? Do you just like torrent them?
Private
XDCC?
torrent. Private DCC, did you say?
XDCC? Yeah.
XDCC, yeah, that's IRC. IRC's a decent place.
Oh,
Maybe
sorry.
you gotta make endpoint. I use XDCC for some things. It's not really good for older movies or anything. I mean, it's generally okay for current crap, I guess. But no, I use private torrents.
I see. Use
That's
a
what I've been
private-
using. That's what I've been using.
Private
lately.
servers.
Yeah, that's what I've been using lately.
And the benefit of those is that like your ISP isn't gonna like know about it, right?
Well, public torrents, your ISP doesn't know about it either.
They do because they can see the torrent too, and they can see the IPs connected, and they can figure out which one of which IPs are subscribers.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think your ISP is monitoring your network?
I actually know that like they're looking at. They're
not. You know what's
You
actually
didn't let me finish.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying like that's not what happens. I know what happens.
Well, it's not so much that they're actually like literally looking at all the connections I make, because that's not possible with SSL. The thing is, they can see the IPs that are seeding any given torrent, and they can know which IPs are subscribers and who the subscribers are. And I've gotten letters in the mail from my ISP for torrents.
I'll tell you why.
Movies.
I'm going to give you the answer right now because I know about this. You're getting popular public torrents. That's what you're doing.
Right, I know that's why it happens. I'm just asking, does that happen on private torrents?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, I see.
But here's why. Think about that. That's a good point. Why would, if you're using the same fucking port in the same fucking protocol, why doesn't it happen when you're on private sites? I'll tell you why. Because these fucking DMCA cocksuckers are monitoring the swarms themselves.
Right, I mentioned that. They look at the seeder IPs and they can tell which ones are subscribers.
So it's not your ISP that's doing it, it's the DMCA fucking cocksuckers. They're lying in wait in the bushes, and if they weren't there, or if you're like me, like you download some of the smaller torrents, like obscure movies, for instance. Like I've been seeding the movie Where the River Runs Black. That came out, I think, in 1985 or 84. And I watched that as a kid, and I always liked it. Where the River Runs Black, pretty obscure movie. I've been seeding that for like fucking 10 years now. Not a single letter about it because it's an obscure movie. Now, if I were to
Right.
download Game of Thrones or some big modern day whatever fucking TV show or movie or whatever, yeah, I'll instantly get a letter from my ISP because they got their copyright cocksuckers eyeballing it.
Right.
Now, here's the thing too. I run my own file server, not only my FTP, but I also run another service called File Browser, which is web-based file transferring. And if I drag and drop a movie there and I give you the link, that's a direct download. So even if it wasn't encrypted, your ISP is also not watching what you download. Even if it wasn't HTTPS and instead was port 80 HTTP, you'd be able to download it and not have a problem. The only thing is that the fucking copyright cocksuckers for these movies and TV shows watch certain numbers of torrent swarms, public torrent swarms. That's it. But I try to
Right.
tell people there's more ways to download than just public torrents.
Yeah, the times it happened to me, I was trying to watch Pulp Fiction, so that's probably why. That's a really big movie.
Yeah.
But another thing, I don't know if you know about I2P. Do you?
Yep. I used it recently. Yeah.
I used to use that for torrenting, and
That's
it
really
is
slow.
Yeah, it's like unbearably slow, but I think
Yeah.
it's really cool that it's completely anonymous.
Yeah, it might be the future. It might be used more in the future. Who knows? Right now, it's pretty small, but again, that's some of the great tools we have access to. So there's always going to be an answer. It's like an arms race, and that's kind of how piracy always been on the internet. That's why I don't know. I'm just I don't ever want to see corporations actually taking over the internet, dude. And I can't believe these cell phone people, again, are useless in that respect, too, because they don't even know the history of this place. So they're not rebellious like I am. They're not rebellious like us original people are. So they just bend over.
Well, I'm not sure I could call myself an original person.
Right.
Pretty
Well, I
young.
know, but I'm talking about like original people like me who've been here a long time, been here for 31 years. I think if anybody wants a quick understanding of how our culture on the internet works here, they should probably read from 1996 John Perry Barlow's a Declaration on the Declaration of the Independence of Human. Or let me rephrase that. Declaration of the Independence of Cyberspace. John Perry Barlow. And right at the beginning, it says, governments of the industrial world, you're basically not welcome here. You're not welcome where we gather. The internet is the new home of mind. And it basically said, governments and corporations can fuck off. This isn't your place. You're not going to tell us what we can and can't do here.
Right.
That's how you fucking live. But cell phone people are not rebellious. They just bend over without Astroglide, take it in the butt, say, yes, please, yes, master. And they don't understand that they can fight back against this shit. They don't understand. I'm trying to drive that home, and I don't know.
That reminds me, when like there is like this, there was this, I don't know what happened to start it, but there was like this like group of people that are like, oh, we need a non-censored version of YouTube. Like it was like mostly like conservative type people, but like
Is that Rumble?
Yeah, Rumble.
Yeah.
Then they made it, and it was just like YouTube, but it has like a conservative slant. It's like not any freer, really.
Yeah, there was also that other one.
What, Parlor?
No, hold on. BitChute.
Oh, BitChute.
Yeah. That might be
So
the
the-
one. But they said the same
It's-
type of thing. We want an uncensored YouTube type. But guess what? I uploaded an audio clip of a black dude on Facebook threatening my fucking life, and they fucking they not only deleted the video, they banned my entire account. What? I can't
Why?
I can't post evidence of a blackie fucking threatening my life, dude? No,
I
dude.
see.
No, I uncensored my ass. I could put that fucking video on my own personal website right now and nothing will ever happen because it's my fucking website. Just like the one we're using
see.
right now, my website. So, I don't know, all these companies that do it for money are never going to be uncensored. I want people to understand that. They're never going to be uncensored when their whole fucking goal is money. They will never be as good as running your own website. I wish more people would run their own website again. Because then you would actually have free speech. You would actually have more freedoms. But who knows what's going to happen in the future? The way they're fucking trying to take over the internet now. I'm going to continue fighting to the bitter end, dude.
All right, I gotta go now.
All right.
But
Let me just tell you, the worst thing that can happen
here.
to the internet is if they disallow us to open ports. Then we become television 2.0 officially.
Well, for most people, like they use like a CGNAT router, which doesn't let them do that.
I know. That's why I fucking yelled about that in my VPN video. I said, if you use CGNAT, you got to cancel your fake internet. All right, I'll see you later, man. Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Yep. All right. So that's voice chat. Did you see that? Wow. He lived to have a conversation. Can you believe it? Voice chat actually works on the internet. That's what I was trying to tell these NASA people, dude. These anti-NASA people. That you can actually fucking use voice chat uncensored with encryption. Although I was streaming, it does have encryption. I enabled it. You heard me enable it early on in our conversation. And you don't need the government. You don't need official websites. You don't need commercial crap. You can run this stuff yourself. You can put nudity on your website and nothing will happen. You can put death videos on your website. People getting murdered. People's heads being lopped off. Blood, guts, teeth, and eyeballs. I'm doing it right now. I'll prove it. Let's see. I'm hosting a... yeah, here we go right here. Look at this. This right there features a guy getting fucking killed by like townsfolk or some shit in some other country. He's getting hacked up by an axe, dude. And you can clearly see he gets killed in that video. Why is it not allowed on my website? Because it's my website, that's why. It's my website, right from my fucking living room. Yeah, what censorship? What fucking censorship? None. No censorship. So... whatever. I mean, go ahead and fucking keep being dumbass NASA haters. I'm gonna continue to listen to my music. Oh, thanks to that dude for hopping on. You know, I mean, it's pretty rare that people have the guts to communicate. Should I reopen that voice chat just in case somebody's got the gets? Alright, yep, okay, it's open again. I'm gonna be going for a walk here with my girlfriend soon. I think we're gonna go to the lake or something.
But now it's fast, a spinning wheel. I know the dynamo. My heart is cast. Speeding ahead of her now. She's better built, that's how. She's built for speed. Speeding Marie. Oh yes indeed, I said to me, and so I sing this romance. It's not enough, my liberty. There is a thing I want, I need, I love. Speedy Marie, ahead of her now.
Holy shit.
She's better built, that's how. She's built for speed.
I sure am.
Speedy Marie, Speedy Marie. Juxtaposed in each moment's sight, everything that I ever saw, and my one delight. Nothing can strike me in such awe. Mouth intricate shapes the voice that speaks. Always it will soothe. Rarer none are the precious cheeks. Is the
Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna go out for a little while with my girlfriend. See ya.